Bruh, what the fuck is going on with Twitch right now? Bruh, the fuck's going on? Yeah, great. Great. Now the fucking stream is gonna get divided into two VOD. Now this shit's gonna be divided into two VODs. Fuck me. What the hell is going on with Twitch today? Man, my internet was completely fine. Yeah, the fucking video was playing just fine, huh? And then out of nowhere, I just noticed the fucking disconnecting. Okay, yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good now. For some reason, the fucking Twitch just took a massive crap on. Okay. I have no idea why. My internet's completely fine, huh? Yeah, the video didn't get affected by it at all. Man, my internet was completely fine, so I think it's probably just a Twitch thing. Oh, and also, yeah, chat's working now. Yeah, I just noticed that too. Yeah, I just noticed that too as well.
Player 1 to serve. Love 15.
Yeah, there we go. Now the thing wants to fucking work. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now let's see if Discord also wants to work. Okay, it said it's starting. Okay, yeah, it looks like Discord wants to fucking work now as well. This might take a bit though, because there's a lot of shit going on my PC right now. Yeah, there we go.
Player 2 to serve.
Hold on a bit. Can I not? Okay, here we go.
40 love.
Okay, now let's get rid of this. Yeah, remove. Oh, wrong thing.
Player 1 to serve.
Yeah, remove that.
Love 15.
And then... There we go. Alright, we're back.
Love 30.
We're back. What the fuck? Why is my PNG still not fucking moving? What the hell?
Love 40.
Why is the PNG model still not fucking bouncing? What the shit? Yeah, it's just still just standing there doing nothing.
Game, set, and match. Player 2.
What the fuck's going on? Okay, hold on. It's always fucking something going on. What the shit, man? Come on. Reactive PNG. Why is this not fucking doing anything? No, it needs to log into Discord for some fucking reason. What? What the shit? Why do I have to fucking do this? I have to like log in? What the shit?
Player 1 to serve.
Okay, do you mind?
15 love.
Why are you not bouncing?
30 love.
Why are you not bouncing? It's still not bouncing. What the shit, man?
40 love.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's bouncing on reactive by Fujitech, but for some fucking reason it's not doing anything on this. It's not doing anything on the
Player 2 to serve.
on OBS. Like, what the fuck? What the hell's going on with this? Why is it not doing anything?
Love 50.
Hello?
Love 30.
Yeah, it's really the same fucking link. Why is it not working? Hello? Yeah, it's bouncing. It's bouncing on the reactive thing. It's not doing anything on OBS though. That is so weird. Maybe I have to restart fucking Discord again.
Player 1.
Or maybe I just get out again. Come on.
15 love.
Hi. Okay, there we go. Now it's working.
30 love.
I mean, now it's working. Now it's doing what it's supposed to be fucking doing. And yep, the fucking VOD got divided into two. Fuck's sakes.
Game, set, and match. Player 1.
Yeah, there we go. Now it wants to fucking work properly.
Pretty creative. I don't know if it's something I would tune into, but it kind of reminded me of like, I don't know, like a Aqua Teen Hunger Force kind of, that sort of feel.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I do agree there. I actually did watch the
Yeah, there
first
we
season
go.
of Smiling Friends, and
Yeah, I was just about to say. Now everything is back to normal. I can actually fucking say what I was supposed to fucking say before I got interrupted. But from my understanding, Smiling Friends is just like the more adult version of Gumball. If that makes any sense. Yeah, the more adult and more more on drugs or whatever. Because Smiling Friends is a very fucking weird show. Even more than Gumball.
personally, I really did enjoy it. Like, it is one of those brainless entertainment TV shows, but at the same time, like this is what Adult Swim is actually known for. Like, often they would bring out those brainless entertainment in the veins of stuff like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and this one really does get back into that style of comedy, along with
Okay.
like bringing in
We're back to
bringing
normal.
in this new
Although again,
fresh style of humor in which it's brought
Yep,
on
we're back to
by
normal, but
internet
yeah.
people. Because this is
Yeah, it's
created
fucking
by
divide the damn
Michael
VOD into
Cusack
two
and
again.
Zach Hudell,
Fuck's
whom
sakes.
on the internet he's mostly known as Psychic Pebbles.
Fucking hate when I have to do that.
You know, he would, especially Psychic Pebbles, would make these kinds of like really hyperactive, random cartoons that would be kind of like what we have seen here. And and like I said before, I have seen Smiling Friends. It does bring back that feeling. And honestly, it's one of those, like, as long as you turn off your brain and just like enjoy the show, it's
not
one of
pausing.
those you could.
Here we go. The first game store I went to today, they had all the games you listed me besides Need for Speed. Really?
Player 1 to serve.
Okay. Well, at least you managed to like get 3 of them, so that's fine. Yeah.
Definitely have fun with it. Maybe, like, debatably.
Yeah, I can
it
probably
could be,
we
an
can probably
acquired
like
taste, because I
I could
see,
probably
like,
finish
this
off
is
with
the kind
Virtua
that if
Tennis and
people
then
are turned
later we
off
could
by
probably
it,
do like
they're
Black
really
Flag
turned
or
off, like, they would
Hawks 1 or
hate
2.
this, but,
Yeah, something like
still,
that.
though,
Yeah.
like, this is the kind that it has its audience, and those who do enjoy it, they love it. And
Although
in this
all
one in
those games that
particular, it
that you
feels
got,
like
you
they're
need like
definitely
more than
bringing
one
in
person
a lot
to
more
do the
of that. Not
multiplayer.
to
So
mention also
we'll
bringing
see.
in a lot of the variety of animation where there are
Although
some
not all,
characters
not
that they would
everything.
have their own.
I think most of the
different
stuff you can do
style.
like two people, but
yeah.
there's some
Yeah,
stuff
the
where
best
you
way
like
to describe
like
it is
4 or
that
5 of them.
Smiling Friends is kind of like a hyperactive adult version of the Amazing World of Gumball.
Yeah,
where
that's exactly what I'm saying. It's really just like the gumball on drugs. Just because of all the different animation styles that it ends up using.
in that in that series, everybody has their own unique style. Everybody has some characters have their own animation medium, and you do see that with Smiling Friends, where you got characters that like they kind of have
Mr. Frog
that they have that
and the
they're
rotoscoping
either
guy.
completely made of CG, or they have like these
and the
old
PS1
style,
model. Yeah, I've
like
seen so many
Nintendo
fucking clips from that
64 or
guy.
PlayStation 1 style graphics that they would really play around with, like the different mediums, almost almost like what Across the Spider-Verse has done with or the Spider-Verse movies in general, that they would do with the different anime.
When specifically you plan on doing it? Again, after we're done with Virtua Tennis, which is probably gonna take a very fucking long time. So I don't know, we'll see.
With this
Once
one,
we're done
they
with the
would
Virtua Tennis,
also
we could probably
add
do
onto
some
it
stuff. I
as
don't know.
well. So
I just don't know how long
guess
this
that really
shit's
is
gonna
the massive charm of Smiling Friends, is that it is one of those series where you would have to expect the unexpected. And on top of that, there is something that fans of the series will actually enjoy, considering that they did bring back one fan favorite character, because normally, like, other than like the people of the Smiling Friends, they normally they would all be one-off characters. But there is one in particular that is going to be
Mr.
coming
Frog?
back, is Mr. Frog, and that one
Hello,
is
I'm
actually
Mr. Frog and I'm gonna eat you.
very popular character. So seeing him return, I guess like the audience is demanding it, and I guess they have more like
Yeah,
chaotic
it's really just
ideas
the
of
guy that
what
goes
they
in
want
on
to do
screen
with
and
him.
says, "Hello, I'm Mr.
Just out
Frog,"
of
and then just
curiosity, in
randomly
the
eats
trailer,
someone.
Are there any moments that
That's
stood
really
out to
all
you?
he does.
I liked that like grumpy old man. I thought he seemed like a funny character.
The grumpy old man.
The little old man.
The one with the round head, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, that guy.
That one. Yeah. Okay,
The manager,
he is
or
the boss.
yeah, the boss of the
Smiling
manager or
Friends.
whatever.
And yeah, like he would appear again and again, and oops, sorry. Like
40 love.
he would bring in that absolute chaotic energy. He's debatably the most insane character of them all. It's like every time he shows up, you don't know what to expect, and like you don't know if it's either going to be something awesome or something terrifying. Like he is that kind of guy. But yeah, like if you enjoyed him in the trailer, oh boy, you'll definitely get a whole lot of him in the show itself.
Yeah, definitely. Even in season
Would
1, he
you
was a
say
little bit
what-
off.
How would you
Although
describe the
in
humor?
season
would you
1,
say
I've
it's
only
more
seen like
satire or more
3
parody
episodes, maybe.
or more
Yeah, I think that's what it
situational?
was.
Like, how would you?
2 or 3,
Like
yeah,
Rick and
something like
Morty,
that.
I would say.
And all of them was just like Nux reactions.
Player 1.
Game Exchange, Second Sword, they had yeah, Ratchet and Clank, but I passed on it. Get a PS3 controller. Okay, yeah, I see. You just want to have like the better controller. Yeah, maybe what you can get Ratchet and Clank if it wasn't too expensive.
Is
40 love.
is more like, I mean, it does have its raunchy
I mean,
side, but it's
how
it's
expensive
more,
was it? Like
uh
20, 30
chaotic
bucks, something like that.
in humor and cynical in their humor. I don't know, how would you describe the humor?
I would say it's
Very
chaotic
hyperactive.
with a little bit of shock value. This like
Dirty.
Smiling Friends is
Yeah.
not the kind of show that
That's
would
slightly
go and
less
try to
the
say
amount that I
something,
paid
you
for
know?
my
It doesn't
copy.
have any kind of like social commentary where it wants to discuss about some serious issues and try to explain that through comedy. A lot of it is
It's
just
all refurbished,
like
like
a
this.
lot of it is more shock. Like there is that shock value where there are some things that
I mean, if you buy the games digitally, they're like $45 separate. All 3 games, if you buy them separate, they're like $45. So if you want to, you could go for it.
maybe
Me personally, I probably would have waited until I could find like a copy of it for like 20, 25, something like that.
can seem like stuff that could offend people, but they're doing it out of laughs. But at the same time, for the most part, though, it really is just chaotic.
Love 15.
Like refurbished as in the disc, just the disc being touched and shit. I mean, personally, I would have waited, again, personally, I would have waited until if it was like, I don't know, 20, 25, something like that. But if you want to, you could go for it, yeah.
Where it's just
15,
expect the unexpected, where it really is from the element of surprise where you never know what direction that they're gonna go with it. Sometimes they could go into extreme routes, sometimes they
Because
can
if
go
you got,
into
if
strange
you
routes.
if you go for the games digitally separate, they're like $45 each. No, they're like $15 each, so you end up spending like 45.
Sometimes they would defy their own logic, and yeah, it's really just from the chaos of it. It's just you never know what's gonna happen in the
Control,
next
like a
scene.
black
So
one.
I think that's
I mean,
my
that's like the
answer.
most
It's
basic
just
one.
completely chaotic and unexpected with a little hint of
Yeah,
shock
I
value.
already saw the images on General
Yeah.
Scrub.
It
I
kind of
already know you
reminded me
got
a
a
little
black
bit.
one.
Are you familiar with Dash Shaw? He did Crypto Zoo and my entire high school sinking into the ocean.
Sounds
sea.
sounds familiar. I think
Yeah.
we might have discussed about that one before.
Player
Yeah, I saw.
I can't remember how much.
Player 1 to serve.
Didn't you just say that it was 30? Or was that the controller? Was the controller 30 or the game 30?
Both of them at Sundance. I enjoyed
The
my entire high
controller
school much
30.
more than Crypto Zoo. Crypto Zoo, I felt
$30 for a PS3 controller? I don't know. I think it would have been best if you found for like 15. 15, 20, something like that, yeah. I think 30 was a little too much.
kind of like it was. It's like it was trying too hard to
Game,
shock,
set, and match.
and whereas I felt like my entire high school had a better just overall story and was just more. I don't know. I just liked high school much better.
Story.
Than
What do you mean
Crypto Zoo.
story?
But like he is
The
an
story of the
interesting
show
artist with an
is
interesting
shit happens.
aesthetic
You
and
just try,
style.
you just make sure they
You know,
can follow it.
appreciate people making independent movies these days.
Yeah, that is true. Like people making their own stuff, going beyond of like what you would normally expect from like the main from the mainstream studios. So just out of curiosity, from what we have seen with this trailer, would you be interested in checking out Smiling Friends?
I mean, it
Probably
definitely
not,
looks up there.
because I am
Well,
more of a
yeah,
movie
well,
person than a
personally, I
TV
wouldn't mind
person. I just
actually,
have such
seeing it
limited time
if
when
I
it
wasn't
comes
so
to
busy with other
television.
stuff.
And the humor, I don't know if the humor would be for me, but me, I don't know. If you told me, you know what, I think you'd really like it, I might give the premiere a shot.
Yeah, I guess it really
It's only
depends.
season 2, so I wouldn't have to go back that much.
Yeah,
you
and
have
not to
go-
mention
still need
the
to watch
episodes
the
are short.
entirety of
They're
season
literally
1.
just
I
11
only
minutes
seen
each,
like
and I
first
don't
2
think
or
there's
3
Yeah,
episodes.
and I don't think there's even a lot of episodes. I think there's just like 10 in total. So, like, technically all of them at once would be kind of feature length. But I guess it really depends, like, if this is the style of humor that you love. If you love that chaotic, unexpected style of humor, you would.
I'm curious now. Can you check the PS Store on the and see how much the show 24 is? For me, it's 70. Might be different depending on country.
Love 30.
Hold on. Mib the show. I think it should be probably 70 as well here. Hold on, let me check.
Game, player 1.
Why is this fucking thing so goddamn slow? Come on. Come on.
15 love.
The show 24.
30 love.
Yep, it's $70 as well here.
40 love.
Yeah, it's really the same price as well here.
Game, set, and match. Player one.
Would definitely go and see it.
I like it in like, I mean, that's good. The episodes are so small because I found that with Rick and Morty, I enjoyed it for the creativity and the inventiveness, especially the sci-fi elements. It's kind of like a raunchier version of Doctor Who in some ways to me. But
Fair enough.
after about
Definitely
2
raunchier.
episodes, I'm like, it's not a show I can binge. It's too much, for
Okay.
me.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, I can
fair
definitely
enough.
see that.
For
You
me,
know what I'm saying?
yeah, no, absolutely. For me personally, I actually really did enjoy. I definitely enjoyed the first season. It's a lot more of my cup of tea than it is for you. So I'm definitely hyped up. And plus the fact that they actually did release the first episode of season 2 not that long ago, and it has been very well received by fans.
We've been getting a lot of shit
enjoyed it.
lately.
Like, there's already a bunch of moments that are turning into memes right now.
Memes,
so
yeah,
I'm
just
definitely
the
hyped up to
PS1
see
guy.
what they have in store.
Cool. Yeah, that's great.
All right, and now I would like to go and ask the chat wall, and I'd like to ask you all, what did you all think about the...
Why is this not? I was like, come on. The 60s game is $100 in Australia. Very crazy. It's not Australia and in Canada. Yeah, in Canada everything's even more expensive.
trailer for season 2 of Smiling Friends? Did you guys enjoy this one? Are you a little iffy? Let me know what you all think.
Yeah, it's not just
Let's see what we
Australia
got.
where the prices are a little
The best
a
way
little,
that I could describe Smiling
higher. It's
Friends
also
is
in
that it is
Canada.
an animated version of the Eric Andre show, both in its comedy and the sense of what the piss is happening. But seeing how this retains the great comedy and scattershot tone, this definitely lives up to the hype. I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Yeah, when I was on the cruise back in August, it was like $35 for a pair of sunglasses. Damn. I mean, that's in cruises where most stuff in there is probably way overpriced, because they take advantage of you that being your only option.
Mostly for my boy, Mr. Frog. Mr. Frog has killed. Yeah, honestly, you need to go and correct your last statement. Mr. Frog has killed how many? Because you know that Mr. Frog has a bit of a history of that. And just to let
Mr.
you know,
Frog has a
Rachel,
fucking
Mr.
kill
Frog
count, if you
is
can
a character in
believe
the
it.
show that, he used to be this major star, but then he got canceled. But he got canceled for all the legitimate reasons. Like, every bad thing
Because
you
he
could
almost
think a celebrity
fucking
would do,
ate someone.
Mr. Frog has done that. So just to give you an idea.
Yeah.
All right.
And then at the end, he actually eats someone, and everyone applauds him for
I
it.
see the first season of Smiling Friends. I could definitely see the appeal, and this definitely looks fun. The humor is really entertaining, and it looks chaotic in the best way, and the animation looks great. So overall, this seems fun. I think it's safe to say that this is Adult Swim's most successful show they've had in recent years. Or at least,
besides,
it would
Rick
definitely
and
be
Morty.
their most successful since Rick and Morty, especially when the
Yeah,
fanfare
exactly.
of this one is actually pretty big. So we'll see. Like, hopefully it will continue to be strong. It's about like they're off to a great start, and hopefully this success can continue.
Is Adult
we'll
Swim
see.
on any of the streamers? Is it
I mean, it already got
Max?
season 2.
Yes.
I'd be surprised if it didn't also get season 3.
With Smiling Friends, they'll start off on Adult Swim, and then the day after they air the episode, they would go and stream it on Max. So you Americans will have it. Me as the Canadian, I have to go and find something else, because honestly, the content that comes out, or like the programs that come out on Max, they're like scattered. Honestly, they're like scattered. It's either you got to go into this streamer to
It's
go and
rough
check this
being a
one out, or
Canadian
that streamer
nowadays.
to go and check this one out. It's like, honestly, it's pretty confusing. Anyways, let's see. What else? Oh, these days, it's not about childish 2D animation and singing princesses. Now it's CG, farting animals, and F you want chicken nugget? But in all seriousness, this show really gets the internet right, and show me if the Hell Blender guy can make a show.
Doing the chicken nugget.
I can make a show.
Come on,
If
that
the
clip.
Hell Blender guy can make a show, I can make a show one day. Anyways, I can't wait for this one to come out. Very excited. Oh, and this is actually someone that you know, Rachel.
Yeah, it's from that one scene where they go into like a company with the PS1 characters, try and see if we can get his series up and running again. They try to talk with the CEO, and then the guy says, I'm the CEO. I can do anything with the franchise, even just do nothing with it.
This is
Like,
from
bro, that's just Activision with fucking
Jonathan.
Spyro
Smiling Friends is
and
one of the funniest shows on
and
Adult Swim
Crash.
so far. I love the different use of animation styles to represent the characters and personalities. I would say the humor is more surreal than satirical. Yeah, I think that is actually a better word to go and describe it. More so than chaotic, it's surreal. With some shocking moments here and there, I know that season 2 will definitely be delivering the greatness. Also, hey Rachel,
We'll
haven't
see.
seen you since
Oh yeah,
the
they're probably
23
gonna do.
Expo.
They're probably
Hope to see you again
they're
soon.
probably gonna do some
Yeah.
weird shit. Most
not
likely.
I will not be attending the expo this year, so sorry,
Aw.
Jonathan.
Ah man,
Yeah.
Is it not
you don't
your
want to be
budget,
budget,
or-
near sweaty
Yeah, I
people.
just couldn't
Ah
afford it
man.
this year with no job. That's hard.
Nah, that's fair. Especially especially nowadays with D23 being stupidly expensive and how they would charge like different prices. It's like ridiculous. Like even Disney fans are calling them out on like how dumb their new price system is.
Well, and of course the whole new rollout was a total nightmare. So I was kind of glad that I wasn't with the with the new ticketing and how they're doing
Good
it.
thing
and
I just
everything.
like staying at home.
Disney's not on my best side at the moment, so it's just as well. I probably would be pretty frustrated. I just have not been happy with almost all their output the last 2 years.
2 or 3 years,
There's a few things,
especially
but
last year.
last year, my favorite thing that Disney produced was one of their DComs.
Oh, oh really? Like not even Once Upon a Studio?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess if I'm including shorts.
Yeah, I think that was probably the only good
but
thing
I
that come
really
out of
loved,
Disney last year.
A decom they made called Prom Pact. It was a charming teen rom-com. I really loved it. So that was still, I think, just because I'm a rom-com girl, I think that was still would still be my favorite. But anyway, either of those two things. But that's
Okay.
not great considering they had an Indiana Jones movie, they had a animated musical, they had a if my favorite thing is a rom-com they made for Disney Channel, that they bought for Disney Channel, that's not great.
I mean,
Yeah, I guess
do people even
we'll
watch
give
Disney
it time
Channel?
until like you
That's
can
it.
like
Do people
Elemental,
even watch TV
it
nowadays?
just wasn't the year for me. So
Yeah,
I think most people now are just glued to fucking
Anyways,
TikTok or YouTube or
let's
whatever.
get back into some comments here. After finally watching Smiling Friends for the first time recently, I definitely recommend it to anyone. The writing and comedy is some of the best out of a recent animated show, and all the different animation styles are great. Definitely looking forward to season 2. And I guess we got one more comment to get into. As someone who has never watched an episode of Smiling Friends, I would say this trailer looked okay. There was nothing that really deterred me at first glance, certainly compared to other adult shows I've seen, and stuff that looked potentially what I would enjoy from an Adult Swim show. I would say that I hope that those who are already fans of the show get their money's worth. All right, so, yeah, it's pretty much what I expected. People who did see, people who do like Smiling Friends, they'll definitely be down
They'll
for
watch
it.
it, but then the people
However,
that weren't
will it
into it
convince
season 1,
newcomers
they're
to
not
go and
gonna
watch
come
the
back.
show? That might be debatable. But still, if you are interested in checking out Smiling Friends Season 2, it will be premiering on Adult Swim starting May 12th at midnight, and then the
12th,
day
huh?
afterwards it will be airing on
Like
streaming.
really two weeks ago.
So now we're gonna go on to our first break, and when we do return, we will get into what is debatably the biggest trailer from last week. This is one in which, oh boy, it's already on the list of the one of the most anticipated sequels of the year. But we shall see
Spider-Man?
if it will go and meet
Oh, no,
up
no, I
or
think that-
get
I think
our
that-
first
I think
taste
I already
to
know
see
what
if
it
it
is.
will meet up
I
with
think
those
it's
expectations. So stay
the new
tuned for
Joker
that.
movie. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, it even says on the title.
All right, so now let's go on to our next story. And Rachel, I actually have a question for you. What did you think about 2019's Joker. Ah, there you go. Okay.
All
Having
right.
technical
All right.
difficulties again.
Yes, we're back on. So, yeah, I was wondering, you were just looking down for like a bit, but I just want to go and ask you, Rachel, what did you think of 2019's Joker?
I mean, I think I saw a little bit
I
of
wasn't the
it.
biggest fan of it. To me,
I only saw like the
I
last
actually
few
thought that the
20
narrative
minutes, I
was
think. Yeah.
kind of
I
boring
think that's about it.
because
Yeah.
they stacked the deck to such a
Love 30.
in not in his
About
favor.
2019,
They
though,
made
goddamn.
everybody
I can't believe Joker's only like 5 years old. Though.
there was no humanity to the film, in my opinion. Like everybody was horrible to him, except for maybe Zazie Beetz in just those few little scenes, and even his mother was horrible. So they like stacked the deck to such an extent that there was no other option that would be logical than for him to become the Joker, right? And to me, that's not that interesting. To me, it would have been a lot more interesting if if there was goodness in his life, if there was something that then he turns against and he chooses against that and becomes truly evil, right?
Mhm.
And it's like
Okay,
were they
I can
trying
kinda
to
see
help us
that.
to feel sympathetic to the Joker, but then like why do they want us to feel, like I just felt like they actually kind of took an easy way out of making just everything so miserable
fucking
that
throw
it's
shit
like,
at
ugh.
him,
And
then
so it
not be
wasn't for
surprised that
me.
he just ends up the way
I
he
didn't love
does.
it. I didn't like hate it, but I didn't think it was an interesting film.
That is honestly fascinating because I'm kind of on the same page as you. I'm personally very mixed on the Joker movie. Like, I know there's a lot of fantastic elements, like, and definitely worth the praise. Like, the cinematography and some of the production design is fantastic. Joaquin Phoenix's performance
Yeah, I was
as
just
the
about to say
Joker
that. Joaquin
is
Phoenix was
incredible.
also pretty good.
But it's just
Especially the
anything
last
that is
part.
involved with Todd Phillips is garbage. The directing and the writing, I'm sorry, but it is horrible. Like, it is practically a joke with the, well, okay, no pun intended, but like, it is just a joke the way that the story is built as this Ayn Rand style Gotham story. It really did not work out. It just made, it just feels like very it tries too hard to be melancholy. It just like really it didn't work. I feel like this would have been considered this would have really felt like a true masterpiece if they just replaced Todd Phillips and that's it. Just switch him with another filmmaker who could do a better job at both writing and directing. Then we could have legit gotten like one of the best Batman movies out there. But
or Joker movies.
He's not giving up though. Considering that, the first movie
no,
still made
$1
billion at the box office, of course, that is a call for Warner Brothers to demand another movie. And they are going to go and create another picture. And so, with that said, let us go and check out the trailer, or the teaser trailer, for the upcoming
or in this
sequel,
case, just a reaction.
Joker, Folie à Deux.
Really, I do. How did he pronounce
sequel, Joker, Folie à Deux.
Adder? Bro, what the fuck was that pronunciation? He's Canadian French. I'm pretty sure you would have fucking pronounced that shit right.
And that is
Yeah,
Joker,
Folie à Deux,
in which it will be coming out on the big screen on October 4th of this year. So, Rachel, I'd like to know, what did you think about what we have seen here?
Well, I think that this was a stronger trailer in every way.
Really?
The original Joker. Yes. Because it has just like a tiny bit more nuance. There's like because it's a love story, because there's
in a musical,
there's another
I
person involved
understand
that's
correctly.
not absolutely, like horrible to Joker. There's there's a thin strand of hope in there, which makes everything more interesting, because it's not just this like tornado of awfulness. And
Hmm.
and so to me that makes it better. I'm also like
Player one,
a huge
sir.
musical person. So like you make it a musical and have Lady Gaga involved,
Love 15.
that's gonna make it more interesting to me, that's for sure.
I mean,
I
Lady
don't
Gaga's
know,
been
just looked
pretty
to
in some
me,
good
it
movies
looked
as well.
more
I mean, like A Star Is
creative,
Born. Huh?
more interesting, more
So
nuanced.
she's definitely not
It
gonna
just
be
looked
too.
better
She's
to
not.
me.
She's definitely gonna not
You
be
know,
too
one thing
bad
that I
in
will
this
give it
one.
credit. I mean, this is just a teaser trailer, so we don't necessarily get the like literally the big picture. But one thing I do have to give it credit is that what we have got like with some of the strengths of the first film, like we could see it here and even a bit upgraded. Like I just gotta say, the cinematography and the production design is freaking impeccable. It looks amazing. Like
It looks a lot
especially
better.
when it looks like we might have like a whole bunch of like fantasy scenes where we would see the Joker and Harley Quinn, that they would be together and like you know like like their relationship or their romance is going to be visualized with these golden Hollywood style musical numbers. So in a
You
way,
know, shit
it's
that
kind
you
of
see
like
from like
it
I don't know,
has like
beginning
an
of Tattoo
element
or
that
whatever.
is influenced by what we have recently seen with La La Land, except now
something
we're
like
just
that, yeah.
going with like the lovers are now these clinically insane people. So
And I wouldn't be surprised if this entire movie is a dream.
yeah, there is a possibility.
Kind of has those vibes, I feel like.
Yeah, or I don't know
I
if it's gonna be
mean,
like
that wouldn't be
everything.
that wouldn't be much of a
everything.
far fetch. I mean, the whole love interest from the first movie was just all in his head, so it wouldn't be far fetched if uh Harley Quinn was also all in his head as well.
Is all an entire dream. I could see like maybe like the moments of reality is just when we see Joker and Harley both, that they are both together, but like in reality, like when they're either in Arkham Asylum or if they're just in the streets, like when we see like a great example is that there's a moment where we see both of them doing the waltz on the like right in front of the moonlight, but then it just cuts to them just dancing in this crime scene where there's like an ambulance and stuff like that. So I can imagine it would be more something like that. I don't know if it's going to be like 100%
La La
a
Land
dream
with
where
more-
even
with more
Harley
drugs.
is a dream in this case.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I can imagine there are going to be those dream sequences that will be presented
Testing?
as a musical.
Okay, yeah.
And you know what?
Just
It's
testing
actually
the
very
delay.
interesting because when this was first announced, the fact that they are going to turn the Joker into a full-on musical with the sequel, and then bringing in Lady Gaga to play Harley Quinn, like it sparked a lot of massive controversy, a lot of backlash, even that they would go into a direction that would be completely different than what we got in the 2019 film. Do you think
I mean, was that
adding
much of a
that
big deal?
musical element, and especially with the like especially in regards to
I
the
mean, as long as
romance of Joker and Harley Quinn,
as long as the songs aren't too bad, I don't think anyone's gonna give a shit.
do you think that would actually
Yeah, I don't
help the
understand
movie? Do
the
you
whole
think it would make
backlash
things
thing.
better for it?
You know, it's an interesting question because it certainly made me more interested. But then again, I don't think I'm their target demographic that they're going for.
Well, I
And
mean, it
somebody
is
like-
a romance film. You love romance films.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
you
but it
have
just seems
romance,
like
a little
the
bit more blood and
typical comic book
explosions, all that.
movie. You know, they say almost all movies these days are made for 17-year-old boys, and I think it's certainly that's true for comic book movies. And is the average 17-year-old boy going to be like, ooh, a musical? You know, I don't know. But so
No.
it is a risky choice. There's no question, and I admire that, I guess. But
It is definitely a bold choice.
you know, as a musical
No, it's just a
fan,
matter of
I said,
whether
"Yay."
it's gonna
As
pay
soon as
off
I
or
heard it, I
not.
was like, wow, they managed to get me excited about a movie I had no excitement for at all.
You know, I will say that, like, from the trailer, it did definitely get me intrigued. And, I mean, like, I understand that this is just a teaser. This isn't even a full-on trailer, so we don't necessarily know what this movie is fully about. But one thing I'm still curious is in regards to the story, because that is where I feel like is one of, if not the weakest component of the Joker that really did turn me off, where it took me away from it's the reason why I didn't join the whole like fan base of like, oh, this is an amazing movie, it's one of the best of the year. Like, I didn't buy into the hype. So I'm just wondering, like, with these new elements involved, will this actually improve Joker? Will this actually make the movie better?
we'll see.
And we don't fully see it as of yet. So far, the only thing that we know about is just the romance between Joker and Harley, how both of them would be together, but I don't know.
I mean, honestly, I would not be surprised if there's a big reveal at the end and Harley has been a complete imagination.
Oh,
I mean, again,
really?
it already did something like that
Or
in the
if we
first
are going to
one.
go in that direction, I can imagine maybe maybe Joker is actually in her imagination. That maybe somewhere,
Ooh,
like,
okay,
imagine
actually might
somewhere
be
between the first
interesting.
and the second film, he's dead. Like the police or someone was able to shoot him. He no longer exists, and so it's like we are looking into her head
okay,
and
no.
her imagination.
You know what? I think that actually might
of
be an
how
interesting
she
twist.
would see herself like being romanced with the Joker.
Yeah,
Like,
instead
it's
of
all,
him
like,
being
it's
the
all
one
just in her
hallucinating, it's
head. Like,
her.
she's just imagining a
Okay.
scenario that will never happen because he died. Like, that could be an interesting idea.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
again, is that actually going to happen?
Yeah,
I don't know. I
it's
guess
a
it'll
matter of
depend on the
finding
movie
out.
itself. But yeah, that's just the only thing that I am asking for, is just give us a better story. Don't go back into that stupid Ayn Rand style mentality. Like, just, try to improve on that. Try something new and see if that works. Because I could say right now, this, I feel like, already has some great elements. Like, I'm very much impressed with the cinematography, with the production design, with some of the costumes that they are going to do, because it looks like with all the different dream sequences, they're going to do, there's going to be like a bunch of costume changes to go and present how that time is.
whole
And
big
also,
change.
you
Yeah,
got
exact-
two
yeah,
amazing
exactly like the
actors
shit that
with
happened,
Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga.
Either La La
They've
Land
already
or
proven that
again,
they
beginning a
have
tattoo.
what it takes to go and star in a feature film, especially one that can take itself seriously and take itself artistically. It's got all the materials. It just needs the right script and the right direction.
It's all
And
about
is that going to
execution.
deliver it? That, I feel like, again, we just gotta wait and see, especially when Todd Phillips is still attached to it. So, who knows? So, at that point, I honestly don't know. That's
It's
why
just
I'm
a matter
still
of,
holding back from
waiting
actually
to
saying,
find out.
okay, will this be worth it? Will this be one of the best movies of the year? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely taking some risks, which I do admire. So yeah, at least there's that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, like, that is one thing we can give it. It's the fact that they're going to completely different directions. They're trying something new within itself. So, who knows? Maybe this will work, maybe this won't. But ultimately, we will have to wait and see when this does come out on October 4th. And so, with that said, I would now like to
so
go
like,
into the chat wall, and I'd like to ask you all,
4 months from
what
now?
do you all think
wait.
about the teaser trailer of Joker Funny at Dirt? Were you guys very impressed by it? Are you hyped up for the movie?
No,
Or are you a little bit
6
iffy
months.
about it? I would like to know what you think about it. Let's see now. As someone who really likes who really likes M's the first Joker and thought it was great, this looks like it has a lot of potential. It's still visually impressive. Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga are providing solid performances, and their chemistry seems great. So overall, I'm looking forward to this. And considering this has a $20 million budget, Warner Brothers better hope this ends up becoming a massive hit in the
20
waves
million.
of Barbie. Oh boy, yeah, that's gonna be another question, because it is true that Warner Bros. The first Joker had a bit of a modest budget, but this one they decided to go overboard and go with $200 million. Just out of curiosity, based on what we
200? I
have
thought you said
seen
20
with
million.
this
20
trailer,
hundred.
do you
I said
think
20 million.
Warner Brothers
That's
will make its
200
money
million.
back? Do
It's
you think it
200
will
million.
be a $1 billion hit, or do you think this could end up falling into the same mistakes that Disney has gotten into again and again last year?
Not sure
Again,
what it's up against.
Just a matter
That
of
would be
finding
my
out
only thing I'd
when it
want to
comes out.
see. what it's competing against.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, but I think it has a pretty good shot. I mean, unless it's really bad, I think it has a pretty good shot of
We'll see.
I don't know if it'll make $1 billion, but
Doubtful. Yeah.
I would be shocked if it's not pretty profitable. It costs $200
I
million
could probably
to
see
make,
maybe going up like
so it needs to make
half
3
a
times
billion.
that.
Yeah, something like that.
I'd be pretty surprised if it's not a good hit.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, we will
Yeah.
see.
I mean, how much did
I'll have to do a
how
bit
much did
more
the
research
original
on my
movie do?
end to see. Or Chadwell, like you guys are on your computers right now, you could go and check out what movies are going to be coming out in October. So you guys
what was
let me know.
the
Like,
box
is there
office
some
from
I don't
legitimate?
think it'll
the
be
original
as
movie?
critically lauded as far as like I don't see it getting nominated for Best Picture and stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm
winning the
curious, how
Cannes
much was
Lion
it?
like the first.
Yeah,
That was wild.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big ask right there. Well, some people are saying there's Venom 3 that is going to be competing against, and I don't know.
let's see,
Movies have
box
done
office.
really well. I mean, at the box office.
Okay, did $1 billion.
Not critically, but they have made
The first one, the first
they've all
movie
made
did
money
$1
except
billion.
yeah, both of them.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, so I am mixed, but based on what you said about Todd Phillips, he's gonna make Harley out as the evil manipulator of man. A 2017 Death Note reversal. I think it's a pretty trailer, and I do like seeing Harley in control of her life, but that also goes against relationships. Birds of Prey was better. Maybe I'll see
I
it.
agree with that.
Okay.
I haven't seen Birds of Prey, but you know, I
I
should
could probably
consider it.
see, I
I've
could
heard some
probably
good
see
things
maybe
about it.
like making,
Maybe I'll see it, but I
I
am
don't know,
worried in regards
750
into
million,
the incel
something like that.
subtext. I'm also worried with
500
the huge budget compared
between
to the
500 and
2019 movie and how it will
750.
bomb. Again, those things we cannot answer right now. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's see now. When I saw Joker in 2019 twice in terms of getting some context, I strongly felt mixed but didn't like it. The performances, score, cinematography, and designs were good, but hated the plot, writing, and direction overall. Yeah, that's also another good note. The score was also pretty epic. For this sequel, I still kind of feel indifferent, especially having a jukebox musical, which I'm not. I'm not of that part. Some of the parts that worked in the first film looked good for the sequel, but having low expectations with the story, writing, and direction by Todd Phillips. All right, that's fair.
Right, another one that didn't.
One of the reasons
wasn't a
I
fan of
liked the
the
Joker
original.
movie was only because of Joaquin Phoenix, the cinematography, and the music. But yeah, I do understand why the screenplay was not very strong, but the acting did save it for me. However, Joker Folie à Deux could improve that with its musical element and Lady Gaga, but I'm definitely checking it out in IMAX just for the reactions for the audience. I know Rachel might like this more because I know she's a big musical fan. Yeah, who knows?
Rachel?
Maybe as it turns
Rachel?
out, like they sprinkled in a bit
Jazz
of
hands.
they sprinkled in a bit of Hallmark for you to go and enjoy this.
Well, I'm not only a movie theater I'm not only a movie critic, but I'm also a theater critic, a professional theater critic, and so I love musical theater. And
You know, honestly, I think it's because of that. It makes it all the more reason why I would love to know your thoughts on this, considering there is that extra theatrical element.
yeah.
You know,
well,
like
after they have the screening, I'll have to come back on, give my report.
yeah, that is true.
or review.
Anyways, it's been a long time since I've seen Joker, but I remember liking it fine. As for this one, yeah, about the same. The cinematography is insane, Joaquin is still killing it as Joker, and the musical aspect is great. I'll likely give it a watch, but will this finally be the movie where the Joker says the iconic line, "We live in a society"? Yeah, that's always been the punchline with this
We'll
Joker
see.
in particular. It's the one that, like, it almost, like, comically, like, just highlights we live in a society. But anyhow, are there any more comments? Let's see. Well, if this movie doesn't work out, it wouldn't be the first time Todd Phillips tried and failed to make lightning strike twice, to diminishing returns. This just looks more of the same from the first Joker movie. Like, if you told me that this was being made on a $200 million budget, I never believe you. And having this be a jukebox musical really sounds like a bad idea. I don't know. Like,
I don't
It
think
might
it
be.
looks like more of the
Might
same.
actually turn
I
out
mean,
well.
what
I don't know.
other
Well,
risks
it's-
could they
again,
possibly
just a matter of
take?
waiting until the movie
You
comes
know,
out.
like, if it is more of the same, I'll be super bummed because that's the sort of the main appeal. But
yeah,
you know, we'll
that's kind of what I'm asking for. Like, to have it not be the same. If so, well then, honestly, like, I would probably walk out if I would watch it.
Damn.
yeah.
Let's see, what other comments would there be? Now, I would like to see Marvel bringing in Paul King to direct a musical film centered around Yan from the Marvels. Also, notice how the trailer is showing an entire film in the 1.91 aspect ratio, while also displaying filmed in IMAX label. Is this going for the Suicide Squad route, in which the film's native aspect ratio is?
Wait, hold on. I was playing Minecraft PS3 edition online and I got kicked because I kept winning. Damn.
Player 1 to serve.
That just reminds me of this one fucking meme. When you're too good to play against your friends, but not good enough to play competitively.
Skill issue.
Yeah, it's just that fucking meme. When you're too good to play against your friends, but not good enough to play competitively. Now that's the true fucking
Love 30.
pain.
1.90.1, or is this another Doom Part 2 situation where the trailer is in 1.90.1 IMAX aspect ratio, even though the native aspect ratio is 2.39.1? Honestly, very interesting.
That's a good question. That's above my pay grade. I don't know. I have no idea.
Again, I think that's just another one where we gotta wait and see. I mean, so far we're seeing like the IMAX aspect ratio. Maybe they'll do something a little bit different.
Let me see how
Or
many
maybe they'll
slices
just
I
go
already
and,
have.
give us a bit
I
of a
want to see
head
if I can
start on
already
that.
start doing the
All right, I
laps.
think I'll read one more comment before we go and jump onto the next story. So, the Joker 2 trailer looks very thrilling. While I never cared about the Joker movie, I suspect it to be another blockbuster crowd pleaser, similar to the likes of Harry Potter and Barbie. As for the original
9:35,
film,
okay.
how
Almost
do you
there.
think it was nominated for Best Picture Oscar, despite being very
Although
controversial?
I don't think we're gonna be done with them today.
I
We'll
think
see.
it's like because of the hype. I think it's more because of like there are some aspects that it definitely deserve the nominations and the wins, like the cinematography,
Yeah,
best
probably.
score,
We'll
best
see.
actor,
Yeah,
and
we'll
stuff
see, we'll
like
see.
that. But I think it's more so to gather,
What
gather
else
people
do we
to
need
go
to
and
fund
watch
as well,
the
besides
actual
the-
show on TV.
the slices
I think it's
and,
more
the
for rating
lumps?
purposes.
I
More
think you
so
guys can
than
do
the
top
actual
spins, but I think you
credentials
can
of
do that pretty easily
what
by
it has
just
done.
going to the campaign.
All right, so with that said, we're going to go on to our next break, and we have one more trailer to go and show you, and this was actually a very last-minute addition, considering that this is a trailer that just came out today. So stay tuned for that, and we shall
sir.
return with another animated trailer.
Co-host.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
No, it's perfectly fine, don't worry. But anyways, we are back, and we got one more trailer that we are going to go and watch. And by the way, I just want to go and make a clarification. Before I started this episode, originally we were
then the
thinking
rest
about
is just
talking about
aces and smashes,
the
but I
one
doubt I can
story
get
about
those done
a horror movie
in,
that's going to be coming up
in
called
here.
Oswald Down the Rabbit Hole,
I'm
in which
probably
it
gonna
is a
have to
horror movie
do,
based on
them
Oswald the Lucky
later,
Rabbit,
maybe?
and recently
Unless I can, like,
they
coordinate
hired
that
Ernie
show then.
Hudson
Maybe.
to actually star in the picture. But instead of that one, we are going to be looking at this trailer. Just out of curiosity, have you heard about stuff regarding this movie before this popped up?
I have heard about it because we mentioned it every year I do a preview show for animation. We mentioned this in the preview, so I just heard about it, and with the Hesses involved, that caught my interest. I'm a big Napoleon Dynamite fan, and so and they're kind of local favorites, and
Right.
so that was interesting to me too.
All right, I have heard a little bit about it, but it's like something that I'm just not really that familiar. But I definitely am a fan of Napoleon Dynamite, so knowing that it's from those people, well, that'll add on to the hype. But
I actually haven't
we
seen
shall
the- I
see
haven't
with
seen
how they
Napoleon
have with
Dynamite at all.
what they
I think
have
that's
in
like
store
off my fucking
with this
age.
new trailer here that actually just
Although I do
came
know
out
that
today.
will,
And by the way, thank you for the
that little
gifted
Easter egg
sub right
from
there. But
Monster
anyways,
House.
yes, we do have a new trailer here. Just
My guess that you'll finish this in the next session. Scrod, you are absolutely fucking wrong. You are absolutely... You have no idea how fucking wrong you are. We are definitely not gonna finish this off next session or the one after. Again, this is just ranked match. We still need to do fucking online tour and friendly online matches. And we're not even like we just barely managed to go halfway through the fucking ranked matches. So yeah, we're definitely not gonna fucking finish this off next session. This is gonna
came out the
take
day that we are recording
way
this.
longer.
So with that said, let us go and check out the trailer for the
Yeah, you clearly have no
upcoming
idea what the fuck you're
Netflix
talking
animated
about.
movie Thelma the Unicorn. So that is Thelma the Unicorn, to which it will be coming out on Netflix May 17th. So, Rachel, just out of curiosity, what did you think about this one?
It
looks
looked
generic.
great. I'll be honest. I think the hope is that it will be fun. That it will be.
Yeah, most likely,
I
yeah.
mean, it looked pretty generic.
Yeah, exactly. Just from like the
but-
little few seconds that I saw from the trailer, it just looked pretty
Just-
generic.
I didn't. There's just not much to hang my hat on in this trailer. I feel like.
I just had one question when I saw this whole trailer. I was just thinking, considering that this is from Netflix, didn't we just have this kind of movie before?
Yeah.
Like the fact, like it's not just like the liar reveal, but like making that the main aspect,
The
making it
liar
an
reveal.
animated feature with its own stylized look and stuff like that.
30 love.
Because I never played any sports games, Spice Nintendo sports games. I don't think that has to do with anything. I already told you that we need 250 wins just on ranked. I don't think you need to be a sports games professional to know that we're gonna be here for a while.
Like we just had Leo. We just had that movie with
Yeah.
Adam Sandler, and that was actually pretty. I find it to be pretty okay. I actually did like that one, but still, like it
Yeah.
wasn't. It's like
We
not
need
really
250
worth,
wins
it's not
just
really
on
that
ranked.
great of a movie,
And
but
then the
still,
other ones
it
we
was,
need
like,
150
it had its
and
own
100.
charm. Like it was fine. It did do decently with that liar reveal trope. It's just kind of weird that like it's only been a few months since we've had that movie. But then suddenly, now we're getting like another one, which it follows the same kind of story beat by beat, and it almost has that same kind of moral about being, about being a liar and being true to yourself
Being
and
honest.
stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. I feel like we've already went through this before, and now showing this again. I don't know. Like for me, it's just. The plot is the big turnoff here. The plot, I just feel like, okay, now it just feels like Netflix is just repeating themselves.
Running out
but
of
also,
ideas.
just out of curiosity, what about the animation? What did you think about that?
I mean, it looked pretty generic CG animation. This kind of that you see low budget animation, and they could still make good.
I'll see you
good
because you're not
films,
fucking paying
and that,
attention.
one of the, like, in my opinion, hidden gems that I really actually love that you never would think would be as good is The Son of Bigfoot. They came out
Oh
a
yeah.
couple,
Yeah,
you know, and it's
I've heard
that
about
same.
those. Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually like really good and had like a good story and good characters, and the fur actually was really well done for the budget. And I really liked the soundtrack that it didn't have. It wasn't a musical, but it had a really cool,
Right.
cool soundtrack. And that movie was such a huge surprise for me. I don't want to oversell it, but it was way better than I thought it was going to be. So I always try to leave room for something like that to surprise me. And even the Paw Patrol movies, I think, were a lot better
The what now?
than
The Paw
they
Patrols.
had any right to be.
Yeah, well, at least the first movie, I was surprisingly
Yeah.
impressed. The second movie, it's like it's what I'd expect from a Paw Patrol film, but it's like
Oh,
you
Paw
know, it's
Patrol,
fine for what it
okay,
is. For me, like I want to give it I want to try to be positive. I want to find something that like would be nice to say, and I mean like maybe like some of the character designs, like it has its own.
Yeah, I'll call my war right now. She doesn't have one. Well, no shit. I can afford a PC. You think I can afford a lawyer?
Player 2 to
But
serve.
yeah, this movie just looks very fucking generic. You can just tell from like this character, from that one character design. It just looks like generic as My Little Pony. I don't know.
Own look. You know, like it tries to do its own thing a little bit. Something that's a bit more fun, a bit more stylized. You know, and there are some things that they actually do look nice. You know, I will say like on the animators part, like they do. They have stuff that does look pretty cool. But yeah, honestly, it's like. It's one of those things like I want to try to be positive. I want to be open-minded with this, but like
But they're not giving me
other than
much to
like
work
the
with.
animation, looking nice. It looks good. The animators have done a pretty solid job so far from what we have seen here. But like the rest though, like with the other characters, with the story about Thelma not actually being a unicorn and stuff like that, and like really getting her fame, but like, well, we know eventually that lie is going to
Bro,
be
this
revealed.
really looks like
It's
any
just
like
that,
generic
I don't know.
as
There's
CG
just so
movie
much
that
of it.
from
It's
like the
just,
early
it
2000s.
feels like the
It really
same
looks like one.
type of animated film that we have gotten again and again and again. It's just maybe not in terms of like the animation is probably the most unique thing about it, but the rest, it just feels generic. I don't think it's not going to be. I don't think it's like
I agree.
horrible to the levels of like Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate, but this does look like something that we've just seen so many times before. It's just this doesn't look like something that I feel like will be memorable. I don't think like by the end of the year, this isn't something that I look at this and think like, oh yeah, like, oh, I remember this film. Oh yeah, I have some great memories with it, or I've had bad memories with it even. No, this is just going to be like just another
Just
typical
another
animated film
forgettable
that
movie.
honestly, and this, like, I know this might sound bad, but I feel like it belongs on Netflix. This is not the kind of film that, like,
Yeah,
they would have
but
no
true.
chance whatsoever of being released on the big screen. Like, the only way that it can ever come out is just through streaming, and that's it. And like, like,
Yeah, a lot of movies
and I know
was
it's
very
bad. I
fucking
know it's
easy
wrong to say
nowadays.
because like Netflix
You can
has
just
put
fucking-
out
you
some
can
pretty
just dump
solid
that shit
film. Like
on
they put out
Netflix
some
or
great
on
animated
any
films
other
even.
streaming
Like even
service.
this
They can
year,
somehow
like they put
survive.
out Orion in the Dark, which I consider it to be DreamWorks' best movie so far since Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and so far it is still their top movie that they have done since then. Because even Kung Fu Panda 4 isn't really much to write about. But with this one is that like everything about it is just it's plain. It's the same. Like we got the exact same story as you would expect from all of these types of generic animated features. Like it's the kind like. Even with this trailer that we got, I feel like it just summarized the whole movie in one. Like it summarized the whole movie in two and a half minutes. Like I don't need to really see. I don't need to see the movie. I already know what the plot is, and we have gotten this kind of plot line so many times before
Yeah, I'm
that
pretty
there's
sure.
just no point
Even
to
if I
go
didn't
and
watch much of the
watch
trailer,
the
I think
picture. Like,
I
we
can
know what
already
it is.
predict what
She'll
will,
learn her,
what would happen in the
Velma will
movie.
still learn her lesson about being true to yourself. Don't
Yeah, I'm
lie. There's gonna
pretty
be like
sure.
that breakup, that complex decision to either be
Just
with
from
her
like
two
how they
friends
describe it in the
or
movie, I can
her
already
life of
predict
fame and
what
stuff
might
like
happen.
that. And at the end, she will be happy with the choice that she would go and make, and probably still be a singing sensation where she would, like, even if she's not a unicorn, she'll still be like that
Bro,
singing
this is literally
star
just fucking
that
Hannah
she's been
Montana.
hyped up to be.
This
So
is
yeah,
just pony Hannah
overall, though, I'm
Montana.
just I'm really not like I'm just not impressed. That's the thing. It's just I don't know what like there's just like I know there are some good things about it. Like the animation is nice, but other than that, what can be said about it?
Well, it is kind of funny that this is like the year of Thelma, because not only we have this, but
Man, Thelma
one of the
season
highlights
2.
of Sundance is a little movie called Thelma, starring June Squibb. She plays this woman
And also
who gets
Velma
scammed,
season 2.
Older woman, and she goes on she is inspired by Mission Impossible and Tom Cruise to go and get her money back. It's really cute. So that's the Thelma I would keep an eye out for more than this.
Probably the better Thelma movie. But
Probably.
I mean, who knows though? Maybe there is a chance that the trailer can prove us wrong, and this movie could actually have some great surprises, and that maybe it's
Could
just
be
a
this
case.
year's Son of Bigfoot. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
I
Maybe
always
it's
keep an open mind.
Yeah, maybe it's just Netflix who hired some really bad people to go and work on the
To
trailer.
make the
Maybe they're
trailer?
just so
Right.
bad at their jobs that they're not doing much
That can
to go
happen
and show
sometimes.
us
Good
that
movies having
maybe
like
there is
shit
something worth
trailers. Yeah, that
watching
can
here.
happen.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just after watching this, it's like I just feel let down. As much as I want to try to be optimistic for it, as much as I want to see like maybe there's some good into this, like I'd have to really try hard for
Find
that.
it. Yeah, really
Yeah.
pull out the fucking
All right, so with that
binoculars
said,
or
now I want to
magnifying
go
glass.
into the chat wall, and I'd like to ask you all, what did you all think about the trailer for Thelma the Unicorn? Do you guys disagree with us, and you actually see more into this where there could be some potential, or are you going to go and give this a pass? I would love to know what you all think on this. Let's see. I may be the only one who enjoyed this trailer, and I will admit, this movie looks really cute. The animation is colorful and adorable, the characters are quite charming, and
definitely
the
AFK.
soundtrack is great. I'm looking forward to this, giving it is based on the book by the author of The Bad Guys and Jared Hess involved. That movie may be more appealing to me, given that I love ponies. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a watch. I'll take that over Velma Season 2. Funny that both Velma and Thelma rhyme. Yeah, that is true, because also there was the trailer of Velma Season 2 that was released today, but I figured we would skip that one.
And
I
there's only
also
like
would rather watch
one or
this
two
than Velma
episodes
Season 2.
available.
I will give it the
2 or 3, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's already
like,
getting
yeah,
shit on,
for me personally,
most
I'm just
people
dreading
expected.
for the hate train. Like, you know that it's gonna be another one of those animated projects that the internet is just gonna obsessively hate. Like, the only reason they want to talk about it is to go and hate it. You know, kind of like with what we have just recently seen with Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate.
Well, that was totally earned. That
Yeah,
was garbage.
that is fair. That is fair. Like, oh god.
I'm still mad about that.
It's honestly been so long. I've been so pissed off by
My
an animated
beautiful
movie that way.
Megamind, it had such potential, and they
And then they screwed it up because of
wanting them
money.
to do a sequel to that for so long, and it was so bad. It was so bad.
Yeah.
I hated it so much. If it's not the worst movie I see this year, then that's bad.
Oh yeah. Oh god. No. They would have to try to make a movie worse than that. I'm sure even Velma is like, okay, come on, we're not gonna go that. Like, come on, we're not gonna go in that direction. Come on. Anyways, what other comments would there be? If I could, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Anyways, no, I was just reading a comment. if I could best describe the vibe I'm getting from this trailer, it's like if an Illumination movie was made by a pre-Spider-Verse Sony. This looks like just another
Yeah.
generic kiddie movie with an overdone plot, nonsensical world building, and uninteresting characters. The best I see for this movie, it will be watched by its target demographic. Twitter will try and fail to make an ironic fandom out of it, and it will be forgotten
God.
within the span of 3 weeks at best. Yeah, oh boy,
That's a brilliant comment. I completely agree with everything you just said.
yeah, that is harsh, but it definitely is
Harsh
true.
but true.
It's like, oh boy, yeah,
Yeah,
like
I totally-
you can
I
see
agree
the
that-
yeah, you can see the tones of like some of the aspects from both like Illumination and pre-Spider-Verse Sony, and not the appealing parts.
No,
It
like,
definitely has
open
actually, when I was
season,
watching it, like,
open
this kinda
seasons, and then
has
like
the
quality with
Star
chance of
vibes.
meatballs.
Remember the star?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, that is true. When Sony tried to make a Christian movie, it's like,
Oh yeah, I
I'm
remember
like,
that
did
one.
we need
Oh,
that?
yeah.
It's like you didn't have to try, Sony. It's just no, thank you.
I think I
it's like,
actually remember
had
seeing
to,
that
like,
movie in the
that
theaters.
movie was lucky that it was
Not
released on the
actually
same
seeing
day
the
as
movie,
the
just saw the
Emoji
fucking
movie.
poster in the
Otherwise,
the
it would
local
have been the
theater.
Sony animation movie that people would just laugh at for
They
sure.
were released on the same day. Got
No,
that.
not the same day, the same year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I feel like I just watched the whole movie. I mean, it looks
Yeah.
watchable. I didn't hate anything except
Definitely
the
something
human
you just
character
put your
designs,
fucking kids
but the
to watch.
story's
Shut them
a
up for a
very,
while.
the story's a very played out trope, and overall, it looks very generic. But again, maybe it'll turn out good considering it's the same author as the bad guys, but the chances of that right there now are a little slim. The moral of the story
Doubtful,
is,
yeah.
if you're gonna watch a movie on May 17th, reject Thelma the Unicorn, embrace it. Oh yeah, because there's a lot of hype for that one for sure.
I mean, May is stacked.
Oh yeah,
You got the Furiosa movie coming out in May.
you got Garfield.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Garfield, yeah.
We
Forgot about
We
that.
always do a prediction.
A new Garfield
episode of my podcast with my friends.
animated
To
movie.
see what we think will be the top 10 at the box office. And it's kind of a fun way to not only predict, but also to kind of preview the summer. And we were like, when should we start it? But it's like, we decided to start it the 3rd of May because that's when the Fall Guy's coming out. And,
Barely,
Yeah.
and I
we're
don't know,
barely
it
at
feels like a summer
150
movie to
wins.
me. And it just, there was just so much. There's like, you got to start beginning of May now.
Well, yeah, I mean, usually the
Yeah,
summer,
we're barely at, like,
summer
2/3
season
of done
does
with
start
ranked.
in May. Like, it does start out
Yeah.
early. And they even
It's
mentioned...
that first week now, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And like another one that they mentioned was... it was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That's
No, wait,
another...
Yeah,
not even
I
two
want that
thirds.
too.
Like
Let's see
3/5.
what else we
It's
Yeah,
a
got.
something
big,
like that.
big month.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
3/5
Oh
done.
my god. Well, it's going to be a big summer even.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Thelma
It's
the
going to be
Unicorn.
interesting to see what is this year's Barbie.
Oh.
You know, and if there is even one. And I mean, I know this is not on our list, but how do you think that Inside Out 2 is going to do? I am so, like, because I'm trying to do my ranking, I am so unsure of where to put it. Like, because I know the original is beloved, and all of the, except for Cars 3, all of the Pixar sequels have done really, really well.
Most
but
of them. Yeah, Cars 2.
They've been on a bit of a
And
bit-
maybe
I
the
guess
good-
unless
the
you
Good
count Lightyear,
Dinosaur.
but like they've been on a bit of a weak streak lately. I guess Elemental did kind of come back, but I don't think it'll do as well
Kinda.
as the
I
original.
didn't mind the movie.
I don't know. I feel like it's
It was
really
alright.
hard to predict.
Honestly, I
Agree?
might lean more. Yeah, like I mean, like even Pixar has to have some time to go and recover from the pandemic. But honestly,
And also
I
the
would
lack of,
probably lean a little bit more towards it'll
was the guy's
probably
name?
be successful, considering that there was recently at CinemaCon. They did reveal that they had
can't remember the guy's name.
I think like a preview, like the first 35 minutes or something like that, and it's been very well received so far. So I think there could be a good chance that it will meet up to the hype and it will become successful. But then again, I am open to the idea that maybe it might not, and it might end up frustrating some people, and it could become a disappointment. But I don't know.
we'll see.
That's true, because Elemental kind of actually had the reverse, because they premiered it
Yes.
at cons to sort of weak buzz and weak initial
And then it got a little
response
bit
out
of
there.
response in
So
Europe.
as opposed to this, which is more positive, and so yeah, it's just I don't think it'll do as well as the first, though.
We'll see. I think,
I think
it'll do well.
that's not the only
but
time that
it
the
will
movie
de-
kind of
like,
got
it will be
saved from the
debatable
European
if it will
audience.
do
I mean, just look at
as
like the
well
Ice Age movies.
as
They
the
barely
first
made any fucking money in
Also, do
America.
you think that
And then,
the bubble has finally been
And then
popped
when they
on
go
the-
to
on,
Europe, they make a lot more money.
on the Minions Despicable Me 4 coming out? Do you think that, or do you think it's going to make $1 billion? Like the rest?
I'm sorry, but I just gotta say, nah, I don't think that bubble has popped. I think that hype is still strong. I keep in mind, I like the Despicable Me movies, but even now, like I'm starting to feel a little bit tired, and like now that fourth movie is like, okay, slow down, Illumination, come on, give me
And they
some
also
room to
confirmed
breathe, give
that
me
the
something
group
else
pretty
other
much
than this.
actually fucked someone.
Like, give me, honestly, give me the duck movie, give me the Ducks movie again.
I
Oh,
like
boy.
that, and I'm one of the few people who actually like Minions too. I thought that scene on the plane is maybe my favorite scene with the Minions
Oh yeah,
ever.
that
was so funny.
Oh yeah, no, that like it was definitely like it was funny,
Yeah.
but like as a movie, it was just okay. Like it has some fun, definitely some comical moments. But yeah, like even I'm starting to feel like the franchise fatigue of Despicable Me. But I know that engine is not gonna burn out.
I mean,
Yeah,
the Minions,
they
I
keep
think, as
making
characters,
money.
I think they're at their
I mean,
best.
I'm pretty
when
sure
they're
that
really
almost
mining,
all the
like,
fucking
silent
movies from
movie comic
Illumination,
energy,
they all
like,
make
when they're,
money,
like, feeding
especially
off of
fucking Mario
Buster
Bros.
Keaton and Charlie Chaplin, and that kind of energy, I think, is when they're the best, when they're the funniest. And one of the things I hated about the original Minions is I just thought, like, why are we getting a thong joke in a Minions? Like, it was just so, like,
Out of nowhere.
crass and unfunny, and they were explaining things that I didn't care about and they didn't need to be explained. And like, why do I care where they got their outfits, and stuff like that. Anyway, and so I just hated that movie, and I did think that the second one was not big, but I thought it was better than the original.
Might as well just
but
get
anyway,
some,
I think that they're
distance,
best when
farming.
they're kind of silent.
Just rack up some
movies.
distance
When
as
they're
well.
side characters.
Yeah, side characters.
Yeah.
And kind of mining that energy of old school comedy.
Yeah, true. Because, like, honestly, even with the third movie, like, I thought the Minions were hilarious. Like, I love them in that third film. But anyways, there is one more comment I just want to go and quickly read. Film of the Unicorn, I have definitely heard about it because of Jared Hess and Jerusha Hess. Not only am I a big fan of them, but I've had Jerusha Hess appear on my channel. I do think the movie looks pretty cute, at least with all right animation. I know it doesn't look perfect, but I want to see it just to support Jared and Jerusha. But hey, if it's them doing more animated features, then I'm perfectly fine with it. I just hope they can improve from here. I know they can do better. All right, so we're going to go on to another break, and we're pretty much done with trailers, but when we do come back, speaking of CinemaCon, we are going to go into the biggest animation highlight that features a whole bunch of announcements that are going to be coming up from one particular studio, by the way, so stay tuned for that.
Okay, interesting.
Ones that, like, Secret Life of Pets 2 or Migration, that weren't as huge, just legged out until they did.
It's
great.
No, I agree with you. But anyways, we are back on now.
think it
We
should
just
be
had a
like
little bit of a conversation about
1280, something like
Illumination and
that.
how they're like the masters of business and marketing when it comes to animation. But anyways, now we are back into our next story here, and I mentioned a little bit before in regards to CinemaCon, but yes, that was one of the biggest events that we had last week. considering that there were a lot of major announcements and a lot of exclusive previews that the people of Las Vegas had over there. And just to give you a little bit of context, CinemaCon is an annual convention that they would have in Las Vegas, specifically at the Caesars Palace, and their big event, that they would show a lot of the announcements and stuff would be at the Coliseum. And from there, all the major studios would go and try to hype things up for what they have to offer, not just for this year, but also in the next year and the year after that. And so far this year has been considered to be tremendously successful, especially with everything that the studios would have to go and offer. From Disney to Universal to Warner Brothers to Lionsgate to Paramount. They all came in hard with all their announcements, and they really excited the people at CinemaCon for what they have to go and announce, especially with stuff like Inside Out 2, Deadpool and Wolverine, Joker Folie à Deux, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Moana 2, Captain America, the new, I think it's called The New Soldier or something like that, the next Captain America movie, and so much more. Like, they really brought up the hype to the max with so much of what they are going to offer in 2024, 2025. A brave new world. Thank you so much. That's what I meant for the next Captain America movie. But yeah, for 2024, 2025, and 2026, there's a lot of hype that's been built up and successfully built at CinemaCon. But the one that we are going to be looking at in particular is in regards to Paramount, because the stuff they have announced for animation, oh boy, it's the biggest ones that we have heard in terms of animation. I mean, there have been some animation announcements and exclusive clips that came from like other studios, like with Illumination and Disney, and they're already saying that the stuff that they have seen for stuff like Wild Robot, Inside Out 2, Moana 2, and stuff like that, oh yeah, like the hype is real, and chances are they could be amazing. But in this case, with Paramount, they've got some real fascinating stuff in store. In fact, they got a lot of animation stuff that is going to be coming soon. A lot of which are based on their properties related to Nickelodeon. And one of the biggest ones that they have revealed is in regards to the Smurfs movie. Now, previously, they have revealed that Rihanna is going to be on board, and she's going to be a big player, where she's going to play a similar role to how Justin Timberlake is to the Trolls movies, where with Rihanna, she's not only going to be the voice of Smurfette in this movie, but she's also going to be a producer and also a music executive, where she will be providing some songs for the movie. But on top of that, for this year's CinemaCon, they have revealed an all-star cast that's going to be involved with this Smurfs movie, in which it includes Nick Offerman, Natasha Lyonne, JP Karliak, Dan Levi, Amy Sedaris, Nick Kroll, James Corden, Octavia Spencer, Hannah Waddingham, Sandra Oh, Alex Winter, Billy Lord, Zolo Maridueña, Kurt Russell, and John Goodman. And on top of that, we do know the release date in which they stated that the Smurfs movie, I believe, is going to be coming out on Valentine's Day next year, in which it will be directed by DreamWorks veteran Chris Miller. And by the way, no, not Chris Miller as in Phil Lord and Chris Miller. We're talking about a completely different Chris Miller. We're talking about Chris Miller, the voice of the Magic Mirror in Shrek. That one. But then there is also an announcement in regards to Transformers 1, in which not only did they reveal that Chris Hemsworth and Brian Tyree Henry are going to be starring in the movie, but also later this week we will be getting a trailer of it. Like we have already, they have already seen it at CinemaCon, but soon that trailer is going to be public, coming this Thursday, specifically on April 18th. And then there are some other announcements that they have revealed, including the animated Avatar movie, or specifically what is currently titled Aang, The Last Airbender, in which not only did we get
They're
an announcement in
like what,
terms
they're gonna
of that
continue from
cast,
the-
in which it
the
will,
old
it
animation?
will involve Dave Bautista as the villain, Eric Nam, Dion Kwan, Jessica Matten, and Roman Zaragoza, but also it is officially going to be coming out on October 10th of next year, in which, by the way, it is said to be the first in a trilogy. So that is going to be something that will really hype things up for Avatar fans. And then the next one they have revealed is the next SpongeBob movie. Now we know that on top of the Sandy Cheeks movie that is said to come out at some point on Netflix, despite the fact that earlier this year it was leaked online for some reason. They did
Like,
reveal
really, who the fuck
some
gives a
info
shit
in
about Sandy
regards to
Cheeks
the
movie?
next big screen SpongeBob movie called The SpongeBob Movie Search for SquarePants, in which that's going to be coming out on December 19th of next year, and it will involve, well, the same beloved cast that we know before, including Tom Kenny, Clancy Brown, Roger Bumpus, Bill Feigerbach, Caroline Lawrence, and Mr. Lawrence, all coming back, providing the voice as their beloved characters.
I mean,
Then
has there been like
afterwards, we do have
even
the
one
next Paw Patrol
event,
movie,
even
which is
one
going to
movie
be
or
set
TV show,
on
whatever,
July
where
31st
they
of
didn't get
2026.
most of the voice
and
actors
finally,
back?
they've also briefly mentioned about what's going to be coming up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem 2, in which not only will we have Jeff Rowe back to go and direct the feature, but also the movie is going to be coming out on October 9th of 2026.
150 wins.
Rachel, what did
And we
you
need
think about
100
this
more.
lineup?
That's a lot to absorb. Going on.
Just for
I
rank.
know.
Again,
you know,
just for
the
rank.
Smurfs one, I
I
guess I
already
feel
have a
little bit
couple
mixed
more in
about.
online tour, but yeah, we need
I mean, hearing that massive
and
list
a
of
little
stars
bit as
actually
well
makes me
in
less
friendly
interested, 'cause
events
I
as
just
well.
feel
But
like
yeah,
usually that's
it's still
a
gonna take a
sign
bit.
that I don't know. It just usually means that it's not that great. When they have to, balloon out the cast like that. But I'm like one of the few people who like genuinely loved Smurfs the Lost Village. I thought it was beautiful. I liked the story. I've always felt like that was pretty underrated of a movie. So
Didn't
I
that
don't
movie
know,
also
I
get
just feel
like
what else is there
a
left
tie-in
to
game?
tell in the world
We gotta
of
remember
Smurfs?
that
Obviously,
was a
it's gonna be like
Smurf
a
game. The
musical.
Smurfs game.
So that could
Or
be
maybe I'm
interesting
thinking of
'cause I,
something
I
else.
love musicals, but not that excited about this Smurfs movie.
Honestly, I am personally intrigued considering that the Smurfs kind of moved out from Sony Pictures after
After the
the
live
Lost
action
Village
stuff.
bombed, and personally, I just thought it was okay at best. It was definitely it was definitely an upgrade compared to what they did with those live action animation hybrid movies.
yeah.
Those things were just awful. But it was it just felt like for the most part it felt a bit generic. But the animation is very nice. It was one of
I loved the river and the way that was animated, like the magic river with like.
Oh yeah.
I have the art book. I liked it so much.
Oh wow.
I really did. We did a whole we have this obscure, me and my friend Stanford have this obscure animation thing that we do, and obscure, underrated, just whatever we feel like, and we did a whole episode on Smurfs the Lost Village where we broke it down.
Right. Yeah. Honestly, I should rewatch it again just to see how it is. I honestly, I do consider
Maybe just get yourself
it's
prepared
not
for the next
it's
one.
not really worth writing about for me. But then again, I still do consider it one of Sony Animation's better movies before Spider-Verse. But
Yeah.
oh, and by the way, I almost forgot. There have been some other announcements that Paramount has made, including yes, a sequel to Rise of the Beast. There is also a crossover with G.I. Joe. And it was actually announced just before I started this episode that Keanu Reeves is going to be playing Shadow the Hedgehog in Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone
just
knows
want to go
about
and
that.
quickly mention
Keanu
that
Reeves is gonna
because
play
I know a
fucking
lot of people will
Shadow the
probably be
Hedgehog
upset if
in
I
the new
didn't say
Sonic the
anything
Hedgehog
about
movie.
Keanu Reeves being Shadow. So I gotta go. So
Yeah.
I just gotta
I'm
go
pretty
and,
sure
and
everyone
just
has already
mention
seen the
that I am
fucking memes
aware
that
of
came
that.
from that.
And yes, I think that is actually a good casting choice, and it does help to go and hype me up for what we have in store with that third movie.
I liked both of the Sonic movies. I enjoyed them. I thought they were sweet.
Yeah, I didn't care much for the first, but the second one, oh my god, I had so much fun with it. It was an absolute blast. But
I liked even the first one. I thought it was a sweet little friendship story. Like, I enjoyed it.
No, I do agree. But anyways, going back to the animated Paramount stuff, what are some of the other announcements that caught your eye?
Well, I think the Last Airbender is interesting. That project.
I didn't grow up with Airbender.
they do with that.
We didn't have Nickelodeon, so I didn't grow up with that shit.
Transformers.
So,
It seems like it's a little bit different than
and I think we already
movies.
mentioned.
I really
we already
loved,
mentioned about Transformers
Bumblebee. I still think that's the
in the
best
previous video that we
we've
just
ever
watched.
gotten. Yeah, I mean nothing like super excites me, but you know, it could be good.
All right, fair enough. I mean, like with the Avatar, yeah, like I was honestly surprised. I thought, like honestly, considering that we've barely heard anything about it, like especially with the studio, I thought like all that would be scrapped and that maybe like that Avatar studio would be shut down, especially with how Paramount is right now and that there are still talks that maybe they're going to be acquired by Skydance. Like, I don't know, like I felt like its future was questionable, but I was genuinely surprised to hear that not only like are they still alive and well, but they will be releasing that. Yeah, they will be releasing that film and still planning out that entire trilogy. I guess like the Netflix series had an influence to show that, you know, the relevancy and the popularity of Avatar is still alive and well, which like it would go and give them a go with
the
making
biggest
the
fucking
animated
uproar.
films. And I am definitely optimistically curious with what they would have in store for this, especially with the fact that one interesting fact is that they mentioned that I do believe sorry, just didn't mean to click that. Apparently they did say that Keon Kwan is going to be playing, and some say that she's going to be Toph, which honestly is really awesome. Do you know Keon Kwan? Dion Kwan? Sorry.
I don't.
Nope.
Okay, she is actually a voice actress. She previously played Kimmy in the Rugrats movies, and she also played Trixie in Fairly Odd Parents. But most importantly, she is actually very noteworthy to be blind. So it's not every day that you get to hear a blind actress or a blind it's not every day that you hear about a blind voice actress. So her playing Toph is actually
how
perfect.
Much does
that's
the whole
actually
blind
perfect
thing
casting
actually
right there. So
affect
that
the voice
actually would
acting
be
part?
very interesting to see. So yeah, honestly, that one, son of a fish, it keeps like I keep wanting to.
I mean, that's the thing that I don't get. So just, fucking course. The second I start saying shit, the fucking
Go back
ad plays,
into
whatever.
into my
I'll wait
article
until
on
the
the
ad
Hollywood
stops.
Reporter, but then I keep clicking on the side. It's like, okay, here, you want this perfume? It's like, no. But yeah, honestly, in terms of the other stuff, Transformers, I'm just gonna wait and see with what the trailer will have in store. So I'll save that judgment until that comes out, which is gonna be very soon. But also, then there's the SpongeBob movie, which honestly, I'm a major SpongeBob fan, but I'm sorry, but I'm starting to have my doubts because I feel like when it comes to
everyone's
the
starting to
SpongeBob
have a little
movies,
bit
like
SpongeBob
I don't know,
fatigue. Yeah,
like
something
it
like
feels
that.
like the quality has been going
Even
down and down and down. Like honestly, yeah,
haven't seen
the
much
first
SpongeBob
movie,
lately.
amazing. I loved it. The second movie, actually surprisingly awesome. The third movie, Sponge on the Run, that wasn't great, honestly.
Was that the first one that used the CG?
Yes. That is, yeah. It's like, it's the CG one. It's supposed to be the one to ignite, to be like kind of simultaneously work as a pilot for Camp Coral. It just, it wasn't bad, but it was just, it was pretty weak. And I haven't seen it yet, but from what I've heard about the Sandy Cheeks movie, and that like when it was leaked online earlier this year, and that people did see it.
Okay, there we go. The fucking ass stopped. So I can actually fucking say this shit. You guys are you gonna actually hear it? There. The fuck? Okay, whatever. There. What's for me the point? I don't really get the point of getting like certain actors, like with certain disabilities, or they like some certain quirks with them. If it's just like their voice, like for example in Tokyo Godfathers, when they get like a trans actress to play like the trans character in that movie. I mean, I get what they're trying to do, but I mean, what's the point? I mean, I get why they're trying to do it, but again, why? I guess it would be more. I think it would be much more impact if it was like a live action thing where you can actually see the person itself. But with voice acting, it doesn't have the same impact. I think that's what it is. But that's just my take, though. That's the same thing, which is getting the voice actors for Toph being blind. I mean, in the end, does it really matter for the voice acting thing? That's just my take, though.
Oh, they say it was the worst one so far. Like, they say it was legitimately bad. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, the fact that we are getting another SpongeBob movie, it's just like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, doesn't excite me too much.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
It doesn't either. But then also we do have, well, the two other announcements, which are Paw Patrol and, well, the one that
Another
I
Paw
know you're
Patrol movie?
excited the most amongst all
Is
this
this the
list.
third one?
Let's be real.
Yes. Well, I mean, I am happy because I wouldn't say I'm friends with Cal Brunker, but like we have a friendly relationship. He's come on my show before. He's a good guy, and I'm just happy for their team. They're gonna make another movie, and I think they try as hard as they can to make good Paw Patrol movies, and so happy for them.
Oh yeah,
and
no, the effort is definitely put onto
yeah.
there. Like
I'm gonna ask for how long the guy's gonna stay on.
Because we connected because, like I said, I really enjoyed The Son of Bigfoot, and he's the director of that. And so anyway, that's just how we became kind of internet friends. And so he's a good director, good person, so that's cool. And then they have made a tidy profit. I mean, they've done a great job with those movies. I mean, you can't ask for more as far as, I mean, they've been pretty well received critically, and they made good profits, so
yeah, so
I'll
far,
just wait
like
for
Paw
it.
Patrol.
Yeah, I just asked for how long he's gonna stay on.
But the one I'm most excited about is TMNT Mutant Mayhem 2, because I loved the first one. I thought it was so entertaining. I love the chemistry of the teens, that they actually felt like teens. I had a great time. It was really it was a coming of age movie, and I loved the way the animation was, and yeah, I thought it was great. So yeah.
Oh yeah, like for me, I will say, like we've already talked about this before, I was disappointed with the story, that it just felt more on the generic side. But other than
Paw
that,
Patrol stuff?
whenever it does something right, like the animation, the casting, the action, they did it amazingly. So if they can find a way with the sequel to go and polish that story to actually make it better, oh, we're gonna be in for something amazing for sure. So yeah, I think that pretty much summarizes our thoughts. Son of a fish. No, I don't want J'adore perfume dough. Leave me alone. Anyways,
Fucking ads.
now that we've summarized our
Nobody
whole
likes them
thoughts
ads.
on what Paramount has revealed in terms of the animation side on CinemaCon, now I'd like to pass this on to the chat wall, and I'd like to ask you all, what are you the most excited for in terms of the announcements for Paramount with their animation lineup, and especially which project caught your eye? Let me know what you think. Let's see now. I do think one of the best CinemaCon announcements I've seen
This
this
is the
year
last
was
one for him.
Paramount
Okay.
and Disney. For Paramount Animation, I'm looking forward for Transformers 1 and Aang. For live action, it's definitely Damien Chazelle's next movie. As for Disney, I can't wait for Inside Out 2, obviously, but Deadpool and Moana 2 had the strongest presentation. Really wish I was there, but maybe next year. Overall, great announcements. All right, very nice. Let's see. So the SpongeBob movie sounds fun. The third movie isn't great, but it was enough when the family dog died and needed something stupid and weird. The Avatar movie is something that I've been anticipating since it was first announced, and I'm liking the casting. Heck, I'm really excited and surprised Dion Kwan came out of retirement to voice Toph. I'm interested in this movie, and I'm hoping we see an animated still or clip because the movie will be in the style of Spider-Verse CGI. Okay, interesting.
Okay.
Let's see. I like the lineup of what Paramount announced at CinemaCon this year. I think Transformers 1 and TMNT Mutant Mayhem 2 are the ones I am interested to watch, but I was more intrigued with what they showed for Sonic 3, like the teaser and Jim Carrey's new look. Also, did you hear that Keanu Reeves
they're
is
bringing
voicing
back
Shadow
Jim
in the film?
Carrey again?
Yes, I have.
Thought they had
indeed.
already done
And
everything with
apparently
it
there is
on
going to
the
be an
second
update
one.
where now Jim Carrey is actually going to be even more accurate to the look of Dr. Robotnik,
Well,
where they're
you
going to make him
you're gonna make
fat.
him look fat
So
or
that's going to
whatever?
be interesting to see. Anyways,
I don't know. That feels like that could be really cringe. I don't want a whole bunch of bad jokes.
well, good point. Hopefully they won't go in that direction. Anyways, when it comes to the
normally they don't tend
presentation
to do, like,
at
fat jokes
CinemaCon,
with
I
Eggman.
think Paramount has a stronger lineup compared to the other studios' announcements. Don't care much about the Smurfs, including having James
And also
Corden,
because
which is
have you
still
seen
a thing, though,
Eggman
in 2024 and not
the
have
fucking
any high
Olympic,
hopes for
the
SpongeBob 4.
the Mario
But
and
I like
Sonic
the
Olympic
announcement
games?
so
That
far with the
motherfucker can
Avatar
do
movie
some
and
really
Sonic
fucking.
3.
That can
Give it a wait
dude
to
can
see
do
for
some
an
really
animated Transformers movie trailer.
extreme shit.
And well, the next thing you comment, we're saving that for a little later. But anyways, what other
That dude
comments?
can.
The
it-
projects that have my interest the most
that
are
dude can
Transformers
lift
1
like
because
crazy
Josh Cooley
and
is
do other
involved, the
stuff
director of
in
Toy Story
those
4,
games.
and Aang the Last Airbender because it's nice to see the team Avatar in animated form once again. Maybe search for SquarePants, but it needs to really prove itself. Also, while
Okay.
it's while not
I think
mentioned
that we
here,
should do
my
Fortnite.
overall favorite announcement from Paramount is the next story. Oh boy. Oh, I already see a lot of you are very excited, so you'll definitely be hyped up for what I have in store with the grand finale of this episode. But anyways,
boy.
Paramount definitely has some great announcements. For me, I'm the most excited for Aang the Last
see how we're
Airbender,
doing.
and I'm curious about Transformers
Yeah, we're
1.
definitely already
However,
done
with
with
the
drop
fourth
shots.
SpongeBob movie, I honestly don't care about that
Slices.
movie because I absolutely hate
987. Okay, we're
what that
almost done with
franchise
those.
has become and how Nickelodeon is running it to the ground and how it feels like the franchise is just going to be the death of Nickelodeon. Oh boy, a big statement there, but understandable with the frustration that they still keep SpongeBob going. I think that should be it. All right, so oh no, wait, no, we do have one more
The
comment.
only thing out of CinemaCon that surprised me is I thought maybe we might get like a teeny tiny little teaser of the animated Lord of the Rings coming out, or just
Oh,
something. But they didn't really do anything with that.
Yeah, true. No, I think Warner Brothers really saved. Like, they didn't mention much about their
Send the
animation
message.
lineup.
No.
Like, they didn't. Like, I think
guess
they
that
might be
was so
saving
goddamn
that. I
slow.
was honestly more surprised that Sony just bailed out altogether. Like, it would have been a nice opportunity to go and promote stuff like Garfield or like
that's
Bad
true. I started
Boys
to
and
work
stuff like
on,
that. But I guess they ended up getting too embarrassed over
getting
like the
these
failure
done.
of Madam
The
Web.
trophies
and
that I got were
disappointment
for
of,
playing
Ghostbusters.
matches. I still need to get the actual wins.
So that could be the case. But anyways, we're gonna go. Oh no, wait, no. There is one more comment that I want to go and write. Oh no, wait, no. You know what? Never mind. Actually, no. Let's go into
Okay,
one
yeah.
more break, and when we do return, I already see a lot of you commenting on what is like the most hyped up project that Paramount has done, other than the animated stuff. And don't you worry, we will be
Right, where's the
talking
ring?
a lot about that. So
there
stay
we go.
tuned for the
100.
grand finale.
Which we'll save
And-
for another time. Wait, we did pretty good. I think tomorrow we're probably just gonna be playing. We're just mostly gonna be doing virtual tennis as well. Yeah, I think so. The guy says he's gonna show up early, so yeah, I think tomorrow's just gonna be more virtual tennis and just virtual tennis. What the fuck? I don't have the goddamn the music on standby. What the hell? What happened? Okay, do you mind? Okay, here we go. Okay, do this. We're probably gonna do more tennis later, so I'll just leave the audio like that. And then I'll put this syncing up the trophies. Alright. I think that should do it. Yeah, there we go. I think I should probably also add the fade ins and fade outs for the webcams and stuff. Okay. Where are you? Hey, what? Okay, that should do it. And now to turn off the console. Yeah, here we go. Now, see if that works. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, there we go. That should do it. Much better. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this session of both Ratchet and Clank and Virtua Tennis. Although we did a bit more Virtua Tennis than anything. And what the fuck happened to my fucking goddamn pin comment? Why is it not showing up there? What the fuck? Why does it keep disappearing? I make sure that I always put that in the option to not disappear after like 20 minutes, but it always fucking disappears for some fucking reason. Maybe it did. Maybe it probably disappeared after the Twitch just shut itself. Yeah, probably. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Next stream shall be tomorrow, where we are gonna be doing more Virtua Tennis. Yeah, if everything goes well and the guy actually shows up on time. Okay, yeah, here we go. Just like the guy message. But yeah, tomorrow we're pretty much just gonna be doing Virtua Tennis if everything goes well. But yeah, again, next stream shall be tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. GMT1, where we are gonna be continuing on with more online farming with Virtua Tennis 2009. If you like to be notified when I go live or any other shenanigans of mine, my stream schedules or video uploads, you can go to my Discord where you'll be notified as such. And if you also want to keep track of any previous streams in the past, you can also go to my YouTube channel as well. Now, with all that said and done, who are we going to be rating today? Well, let's use on right now, shall we? Let's see. Let's see who's on that. Hmm. Yeah, let's go with Husky. Haven't seen the guy in a while. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, for this streaming, I gotta be rating Gaming Husky. Oh wait, I think I got the wrong one. Yeah, I got the wrong Gaming Husky. Okay, there we go. Now I got the right one. There we go. Much better. So yeah, for this streaming, I gotta be rating Gaming Husky. Right now, they're going through Fortnite. So yeah, you guys have fun with Husky. Have yourselves a merry rest of the day. As always, have a good one. Bye. Bye-bye. See ya. Have a good one. Bye. Bye-bye. See ya.